Power English.
Welcome to the show, everybody.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kristen Cho.
And I'm Cameron Word.
It is the last day of this month.
Yes.
Yes, we have to say goodbye. What are your final words to April?
Well, I don't know.
See you later, alligator.
It's finally over. I feel this April, weather-wise, has just been the craziest
Completely.
up and down, left and right experience.
Yeah, we had all 4 seasons in 1 month.
So I'm looking forward to the summer.
Yeah.
It being constantly hot. So that I can finally put away my winter clothes.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's like, please choose one side. Please.
Yeah. I don't care if it's hot or cold.
Yeah, just please choose one.
Just choose one. What about you? What are your final words for April?
Yeah, it is true. It was just up and down, left and right. And so it was so unpredictable. But I guess I'm not looking forward to summer, to be honest, because I do actually like winter.
Ah, yeah.
Yes, but I'd like to stick to one way.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stay inside and eat a lot of bingsu. That's all I'm doing this summer.
Okay, with the AC on. All right. Okay, we've got one last dialogue for you. Giving my kid a phone. Was he still excited? So finally, the kid got a phone. However, the mom has some very strict, hard rules. Okay? So for that, of course, the child is disappointed, but, still happy to have a phone.
Yes.
Okay. So that is what our dialogue is going to be about. Here are some expressions that we're going to cover. If you have, knock the wind out of someone's, or if you knock the wind out of someone's sails, this is a long expression, but what does this mean?
You get rid of their excitement. They were really anticipating something. They were excited.
Yeah, they were.
You give them kind of a reality check.
Yeah.
No, this is going to happen. And they're kind of like,
okay, all right. If you lay down the law,
you are strict, and if they break a rule, you're going to punish them.
Oof, okay. How about if you are on the same page?
You understand something in the same way as someone else.
Okay, very good. So these are the expressions that we'll focus on today. Let's go ahead and listen to our dialogue.
Wasn't yesterday's Michael's birthday? Was he still excited when he got his phone?
He was at first, but I think I knocked the wind out of his sails with all my rules.
A good parent will lay down the law with their kids. Of course, kids don't like to hear it.
Thanks for saying that. But I could tell he was a little disappointed with how strict I was being.
Are you two on the same page about the rules at least?
Yeah, he agreed to everything and thanked me.
Okay, you can find our power dialogue on page 158. Let's begin. Asher says, wasn't yesterday Michael's birthday? Was he still excited when he got his phone? So remember, Michael was going to get a phone for his birthday. So Asher is curious. Was he excited? And Luna says, he was at first. But I think I knocked the wind out of his sails with all my rules. Okay, so at first, yay, I got a phone. And then the mom, Luna, she set some rules. This expression, knock the wind out of his sails, I feel like is about sailing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you think of an old-timey sailboat, they moved with the wind.
With the wind, right.
Right? They had those big pieces of cloth. The cloth would catch the wind.
Make them move.
And that would make the boat move, right?
Yes.
So, this expression, to knock the winds out of someone's sails, means that wind was blowing, so they were moving.
Okay, good.
They were happy.
Yes.
They were excited.
Yes.
And then the wind goes away.
Yes.
And they just stop. It's a sense of disappointment.
Okay.
You were excited about something because you think it would go a certain way.
Right.
And then It isn't as good as you expected it.
Okay, so it makes you feel discouraged. It makes you feel very disappointed.
Yeah.
It's that feeling of like you're bursting with excitement and someone pops that bubble.
Yeah. Now you're sitting in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
Going nowhere.
In the sun.
What do I do now?
Right.
Yeah.
So you can imagine the situation. Michael is so excited. He's getting his first phone. He's like, he can't sleep. He's just incredibly on a high, right?
Yeah.
And then when mom says, but here's your phone. Congratulations. However, rule number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, these are your rules.
Yes.
And he's like, okay, that's right. Okay. What does Asher say?
A good parent will lay down the law with their kids. Of course, kids don't like to hear it.
Okay. So, a good parent will lay down the law. Okay. If you lay down the law, what does this mean? I feel like people in the law,
Yes.
right? Usually lay down the law.
Right.
Oh.
So the image of this is like a judge or maybe a sheriff, a policeman being very strict about what the law says, following the law and punishing people for even the smallest amount of breaking that law. So when we're talking about parents and children, the parents are being very strict and not giving any sort of leeway, meaning they're not loose on their rules in any way.
Okay. So it's true that you want to love your children, but they say that really children need boundaries. Yeah, actually it's good for them. As though it may, even though the kids are gonna protest and all of those things, but it's actually good for their growth.
Yeah. Oh, I don't think it's just kids. I think people in general.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, as an adult,
Right.
the times when I've had the most freedoms to choose anything I wanted,
Those are the most difficult.
those are so just tell me what to do.
It's true.
Sometimes it's easier just to be told what to do.
That is very true.
Yeah.
That is very true. So that's why when we are still under, the laws of the house at our parents' house, it's actually a good thing.
Yeah.
If you go out into the world, it's harder. You have to make all the decisions.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
hard.
sometimes, yeah.
Okay. So lay down the law means basically you are setting very strict rules.
Yes.
Okay. And kids don't like to hear it. And Luna says, thanks for saying that. Okay. But I could tell he was a little disappointed with how strict I was being. Okay. So why does Luna say thanks for saying that? Which is our power pattern?
So, of course, she is thanking him. There's nothing surprising about the meaning of this phrase, but it's often used whenever maybe you're sad or you're doubting yourself.
Yeah.
You're unsure. And it's like you just need someone to say something to make you feel better.
Yeah.
It's like, thanks for saying that.
Oh, that is so true. So it's not just like, oh, I appreciate you saying that. It's not that tone. It's more of like, you had a little bit of doubt, like you said.
Yeah.
Or maybe, am I not doing the right thing?
Yeah.
And someone says, no, you are.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for saying that. Kind of makes me feel better.
Yes. It's like your words healed me.
Yeah.
Your words helped me in some way.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. So, and the reason why is because Luna says that Michael was a little disappointed with how strict I was being. So she was being very strict. STRICT, to be strict.
To be strict means to not let someone get away with something that you see happen. If they do something wrong, you are going to make sure that they are taken care of appropriately.
Okay.
Maybe they're punished. Maybe
Teachers
they're
are strict.
corrected. Yeah. Not allowing people to break rules.
So were your parents strict?
Yes. Quite strict.
Quite strict.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm kind of proud of it now because I never got in any big trouble.
Yeah, you're a very good boy.
Yeah, I was just kind of like, just stayed inside the lines.
Good.
But I think it depends on the personality of both parent
True.
and child.
Absolutely.
You've got to have a good match with both of those.
Absolutely. You were open to it, but other kids maybe not. Okay. So Asher says, are you two on the same page about the rules at least? Okay. So to be on the same page.
Yes. To be on the same page means you are understanding something in the same way. Mm-hmm. So it is not just understanding. Mm-hmm. It means we are thinking in the same way about something.
Right. So basically, Michael and his mom, they're basically thinking this is the right thing to do.
Yes.
Okay. Let's go ahead and listen to that dialogue one more time.
Wasn't yesterday's Michael's birthday? Was he still excited when he got his phone?
He was at first, but I think I knocked the wind out of his sails with all my rules.
A good parent will lay down the law with their kids. Of course, kids don't like to hear it.
Thanks for saying that. But I could tell he was a little disappointed with how strict I was being.
Are you two on the same page about the rules at least?
Yeah, he agreed to everything and thanked me.
Okay, it's time for Power Note. Please join us on pages 160 and 61. If you knock the wind out of someone's sails, it means that you were going along, doing good, excited, and then you come and do something to, disappoint or to discourage someone.
Or just suck the fun out of a situation.
Yes, that's right. Right. You were having fun.
We were having a great time.
And then, basically, someone turned off the electricity,
Uh-huh.
And then everybody had to go home.
We call that type of person like a wet blanket.
Yeah, or Debbie Downer.
A Debbie Downer.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Failing the test knocked the wind out of Jake's sails.
He'll be fine in a few days. Now he knows he has to study harder.
So Jake was not only just like, oh, but he thought was going to do great.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's not just so much that, he's disappointed. It's the fact that he thought he was going to do really well. And then he didn't pass or failed it.
Yeah.
That will knock the wind out of his sails. Okay. His harsh criticism knocked the wind out of her sails.
Oh, so someone was very critical, very maybe honest, but very, very honest.
Yeah.
And that just made them lose enthusiasm.
So I'm thinking that she was working really hard and that she thought she was doing a good job and she was progressing. And then someone came and said, oh, you've got a long way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'll knock it out.
Yeah. So, they say whenever you get the wind knocked out of your sails, that's when you pick up the oar and start to row. So the rowing, of course, when you have the paddle, the oar, we call it O-A-R. That's when you just got to start, you don't have wind to help you.
That's right. You got to just get it down and work harder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of, a very common modern example is maybe people want to be a creator, as they say.
Content creator.
An influencer.
Okay.
That's hard work.
It is.
And maybe you have enthusiasm, motivation at the beginning. You put up your first video, nothing happens.
Yeah.
Put your second video, nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
That can take the wind out of your sails.
Sure, that's a great example. And so many people do that, though.
Yep.
Okay, lay down the law means to make very strict rules. Okay?
Yes.
What should I do about Kevin? He keeps coming home late.
My parents laid down the law about my curfew right after I stayed out too late.
Okay. So if your parents laid down the laws about your curfew is basically what time you should come home.
Yeah, your 통금, right?
Yeah. So if they laid down the law, what are they probably going to do?
They are punishing you.
How do you think?
Well, it depends. So this wasn't me.
Okay.
My father told this story.
All right.
He came home one late, and they lived on a farm, right?
Okay.
He came home at 3, 4 in the morning.
Oh, that's late.
Yeah. He thought his parents didn't know.
Oh.
But his parents knew. My grandfather knew.
Okay.
So he wakes my dad up at 5 a.m., and they went out into the farm, and they had to dig holes all day. My grandfather never said anything.
Really?
But as punishment for coming home at like 3 in the morning,
oh my goodness.
he made my dad work outside all day from like very early in the morning. That was my grandfather's version of laying down the law.
Yeah.
Physical labor.
Physical labor.
Yeah.
That will do it.
Yeah.
That will do it, especially for a boy. Definitely.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right. The coach laid down the law about the training schedule. So if the coach lays down the law about a training schedule, what are some things that can happen, you think?
So they have to be on time. If this happened to me.
Oh.
I was in basketball.
All these experiences.
I have so many. I've lived a long life, Kristen. My basketball coach, we were not allowed to be late to practice at all.
Oh.
If we were late, he made us run. So everyone was like 10 minutes early because we would have to run for like the first 15 minutes.
Everybody had to?
Like sprints. Yeah, make the whole team.
Oh my gosh.
One person was late. The whole team had to run.
That's good. That's very scary.
Yeah.
Because it's like then your teammates are going to hate you.
Yeah.
Because you were late.
Yes.
Oh my God.
That's how my coach laid down the law.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
These are very effective methods.
Sometimes, yeah.
Cameron.
It's a little old style, old school, but yeah.
But that's why you're always on time. Actually, Cameron is early.
Not always, but
he learned his lesson.
Yeah.
Good. It's because your coach and your parents laid down the law.
Very true.
Okay. All right. If you are on the same page, it means that it can also mean that you have similar opinions, but I think it's more about understanding.
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. So, my fiance and I aren't on the same page about wedding plans.
It sounds like you need to compromise on a few things.
Okay. So, if you're not on the same page about wedding plans, it means like you want to do this outdoor wedding, the other person wants an indoor wedding.
Yeah.
Right?
Or maybe not even a wedding. They just want to go to City Hall.
Yeah.
They just sign the paper and be finished.
Oh, that's going to cause problems.
Yeah.
Before we start the project, let's make sure we're on the same page.
Isn't that the worst? You start a project and you have completely different ideas about what you want to do.
This is why this is not so much about opinion. It's more about an understanding.
Yeah.
Again, like ideas and understanding. Before you start the project.
Yes. And it doesn't mean you're doing the same thing. It's like you've organized.
Yeah.
Maybe you are doing one action and someone is doing another action.
Yeah.
But both actions go towards the same goal.
Right. You're on the same page.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. All right. Thanks for saying that is our power pattern today. Thanks for saying that. We worked really hard organizing this event. Some people may not know it, but we did.
Thanks for saying that. I'm very proud of my son, too.
Okay, very good. Strict is our power vocab. Please check out the definition on page 162. Thank you so much for studying with us this month, and we hope to see you next month.
Bye-bye.